Charlani here. Thank you so much for tuning into Charlani TV. This video is gonna be a little bit different, a little bit off the cuff, and just kind of a life update and kind of where we're at, because we are definitely coming to a crossroads where we are starting a new chapter. We're headed into a new path, and it's amazing and it's exciting, and I feel like it's been a long time coming. So just in a really quick nutshell, and I won't go into the ins and outs of medical billing. If for some reason that's something like I could never tell somebody how to start a medical billing company. It's something that when I talk about it, it's the biggest question I get is, how did you get started? And the honest to goodness truth is, I wouldn't know how to even start telling somebody how to get started in it. It's a different world. I had started my medical billing company back 18 years ago. 18 years ago. It's a long time ago. And that was back when we didn't do a whole bunch of things on computer. There was definitely no network marketing on the computer, which I'm sure now is how you would probably go about getting your doctors and things like that. But I was snail mail, and that's like totally aging me right now. But I literally sent mailers out to hundreds of doctors. It took months and months and months and months and months for the first doctor to get a hold of me and to call me and for me to get that first account, and then you just keep working. So I don't know how to tell somebody how to get started in medical billing. If you're looking for like just what do you do as a medical biller, and I can give kind of like best practices for that. So comment that if it's a video that you want me to make, but for the most part, I mean, that's not where my passion lies, in helping people get started in medical billing. And so I officially closed the doors to my medical billing company. And I am very thankful that I was able to have it. You know, I was able to raise my kids and work from home and earn an awesome living doing that and making really good money. But it wasn't something, as the years went on, especially over the last 4 years or so, I really was starting to feel the pull of protecting my joy. And I have always taught my kids too, you gotta do what makes you happy. You have to find what brings you joy, and you have to do the things that, and listen, it's gonna take time, obviously, right? To find the things that make you happy and things that fill your cup, but you gotta be looking for it everywhere, all the time. And when I started my coaching business, so I am a Beachbody coach. It is absolutely my passion, and it is definitely going to be a huge part of this next chapter, because now I get to focus on that. But I felt the pull that I no longer was finding any joy in data entry, and I would wake up on days and just be like, oh, it's a medical billing day. Like it wasn't filling my cup. So about 4 years ago, I started to feel that. And as I was still working my medical billing company, doing the things every day, data entry, all the paperwork, I started also coaching. And it started to just kind of flip-flop, right? I just wanted to spend all my time doing the coaching thing. And just quickly, what coaching is you're basically just getting yourself healthy, and you're helping other people do that too. We pair them up with amazing fitness programs, nutrition programs, so that you get very, very healthy and feel amazing and find that confidence and that energy that we need every single day to live the best days ever. So that became my passion, and that is what I decided I wanted to do. But I couldn't go to Rob and say, okay, I'm going to just stop medical billing and I'm going to do this thing, because this thing, the coaching thing, the side hustle, was something that was just kind of I'm just going to try this and dabble in it and see how it goes. And what ended up happening was it started to grow, and I fell in love with the process of it. I fell in love with that feeling, and I started to really want even more and crave that feeling when I get a message from somebody that says, oh my gosh, thank you so much for helping and getting me started and pushing me along the way, because I now fit into these pants that I haven't been able to fit in for years. Or thank you for helping me lose that baby weight. Or even the even deeper ones, when I get those mamas who can say that they went down a slide. I don't want to get emotional, but they went down a slide with their kid for the first time. Like, those are the things that they just get me. And that is why I want to do now this coaching all the time. So over these last 4 years, I have worked both businesses. I have created, a team of coaches here with Beachbody, and that is my future. That is my passion. That is my love. And that is what I am going to focus on from here on out, because sky's the limit with it, first of all. And second of all, it freaking makes me happy. And who doesn't need to be healthy and fit? Everybody needs to be healthy and fit. And we do it in a natural, holistic way, whereas there's no gimmicks, it's not a fad diet. We don't diet. It's learning how to eat healthy foods and move your body every single day to get healthier. So I embrace all the things, because it just, like I said, it fills my cup and it makes me happy. And when I went to Rob in the middle of this year, and it was like, okay, like, I can do it. Like, we can flip-flop now, and I can make as much money doing this as I can doing this, right? Because the medical billing is almost a sure thing. Entrepreneurship is not really a sure thing, which is why it gets such a crappy just lot in life. Because when you tell somebody you're an entrepreneur, or you tell somebody that you are partnered with an MLM, they have these crazy notions of what that is. And most of the time, there's so many misconceptions about that. So if you for a second think that Beachbody is a company that is not on the up and up, if you think anything about the company itself, ask me, please ask me, and let me help walk you through that. There are so many misconceptions and untruths out there about what we do, because I do promise you, if this was something that was illegal, if it was schemy, then I wouldn't be doing it. Rob and I we pay our taxes every year. We don't fudge our numbers ever. So this is definitely not something that I would be banking my future on just because, right? So obviously I've done my homework. I did my homework 5 years ago, when I was like, this is something that I think I can see myself doing forever. And just knowing and loving the process of it just seemed like a no-brainer to me. So, we had decided, so back in, it was more like in October, I think the beginning of 2020 was really the start of, I am working my ass off right now, because this is what I want and this is what I want to do. But I needed to prove that, I could string along months of an income that matched my medical billing, and then actually ended up exceeding it. So it kind of became one of those things where it was like, I just want to spend all my time doing this and creating these amazing groups and working with these amazing people who want to get healthy and who want to get fit and who see the value and their own self-worth that they are worth doing this. I want to work with those people. And that became just my passion for this last year. So I was able to make it happen, and I had given my doctors fair warning, lots of notice. I actually found medical billing companies to take over for me, so they're fine. But October was when I had kind of given that notice and worked my way through. I thought I was gonna have to work through March, but these last couple months, I just, nose to the grindstone and was able to close everything out this past week. So today, whatever day you're watching this on, for us, it's a Monday, it's February 1st. And I woke up for the first time and didn't have I don't want to say a cloud, because it wasn't a cloud, because it was definitely something that I'm super grateful for. I worked really hard to get that company up and running, but I woke up and it just was like a light feeling of, I don't have to do data entry. I don't have to call a doctor's office and ask for paperwork that I may or may not get. The stacks of paperwork that I kind of have around, I get to put away this week. That will be something that I'm going to work on. So, my future is just kind of like sky's the limit, and just doubling up and quadrupling up, and actually more like 10xing, because this year I have huge goals. And so really last Tuesday was when I had pretty much buttoned everything up with my medical billing company. And Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, those days were busier than I have ever been, and none of it was medical billing. So it's almost like I retired from one business and I just threw myself into, creating this kind of a new look on life, and it's a new schedule every single day, and it's a little bit more freedom. And Rob just came in here and he said, hey, in a few weeks, if we decide that for a weekend we want to go here and do this, like, do you think you can take, like, is that possible? And I'm like, I can do anything I want. Like, I am not tied. So yeah, I was an entrepreneur before. I was the business owner. I could set my own hours, but whenever I went on vacation, I had paperwork to come back to. Like, nobody did my work for me when I was gone. And now I don't have that. And when he came down just a bit ago and said that, I was like, wow, like, this is what this feels like. We truly can up and go, and I can still get my work done, because I can work from wherever. I can work out wherever. I can do whatever I want. And that freedom was just like it was the first time that I was really able to be like, wow, we can really freaking do this. And it's just so exciting, because this last year, Rob and I have wanted for a very long time to buy land. We don't know where that's going to be. And this last year was supposed to be the year that we kind of traveled and hopefully pinned down what part of the United States we want to live in. And obviously, because of the pandemic and all that stuff, we weren't able to do that. And we had to cancel lots of trips that we had planned and vacations, and that was really hard, right? Especially when, last year was our year to go and look and find things. This year, we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know what travel is gonna be like. We know that we're gonna have to take precautions wherever we go. I don't think we're gonna be getting on an actual airplane anytime soon. So that still is gonna be on the back burner, which means that from here until whenever, end of the year, whatever it is, we get to focus. And we get to focus and work really, really freaking hard to build the businesses that we have spent such a long time building over these last couple of years, our side hustles, if you will, that have become our jobs, and such amazing jobs and things that we love to do every single day. And that kind of freedom is just absolutely something that the feeling is unexpected for me, because I've always thought, yeah, I work for myself, I can always make my own hours. And it became something completely different when he had just come in today, and I was like, wow, I really do have the freedom to literally, legitimately go and not have a pile of work to still have to do. So yep, I had officially closed my doors to that so that I can focus solely on my coaching. I will obviously talk a little bit about that as I go on. You know, this YouTube channel is kind of coming into its own, and you know, this is a new platform for me. I've been on Instagram for years and years and years, and in Facebook, like those have been the platforms that I have really focused on. I'm in my Instagram all the time. And what I'm feeling is like, and I go with my gut. Here's the other thing that I will tell you guys. Not only is it never ever too late to start something new, never too late to start something new, no matter how old you are, where you're from. If you want to do something, work hard to get it done. But, you know, something I lost my thought. I totally lost that thought. It's never too late to start something new. Where was I going with that? Oh, go with your gut. So yeah, hi, welcome. Like I said, off the cuff. This is not planned. I don't have notes anywhere. This is just me speaking. But go with your gut in your choices that you're making and the decisions. And what I've done is, listen, I love editing. I love filming. I am in my Instagram stories 500 times a day. When you go into my Instagram stories, you see the little do, like all those little dots. So I'm leaning towards more of like vlog-like and bringing you through my day and bringing you through my day when I'm meal prepping and creating recipes and just doing it so that it doesn't feel as staged. You know, a lot of the videos that I have on my channel so far, which I love, I don't actually post anything that I'm like, yeah, I like that. I'm not gonna ever post to post. And that is something that I am a big stickler about. I'm like, don't try to be other people, first of all. Be you. Do the things that you love. Don't copy other people. And you can emulate, like if you find something that you absolutely love that somebody else is doing, don't copy them, but you can absolutely get inspiration from that. You can emulate some of the things that they're doing, but the core of what you do should absolutely be you. It should definitely be something that you're like, yeah, I would say that. Yeah, I would do that. So when you're dreaming really, really big and you're setting those really huge goals, know, number one, you're gonna have to work your ass off for it. Be prepared for that. Be willing to do that. Be willing to make the sacrifice and to find that consistency, because if you want that success, if you have this huge vision that you can see for your life, a vision that you create, you're gonna have to work really hard to get it, but it's there. And you just have to figure out and visualize how and what your steps are to get there. But there's always a way. And here's the other thing. If you see somebody doing something that you wanna do, or it is somebody who is a little bit further along in the process, well, they worked really hard to get there, and they are proof that it can work if you choose to work hard for it. So, you know, just my parting thing, I guess, is that you gotta dream really big and you gotta set a goal for yourself, and then you gotta be relentless in getting there and reaching those goals, and be willing to make the sacrifices along the way to get there. So when I decided and chose to make that decision to close down the medical billing company, first of all, I thought I'd be really sad. Like when I did my last piece of billing anything, the last report that I had printed, I thought I was gonna be sad. It's like, no, I wasn't at all. I was filled with so much excitement for what's to come and all the things that we have coming up, and knowing that I can actually use my YouTube platform to find my people and to share my message in however the heck I want, to spend time, you know, getting to know my community and my following over in my social media platforms. Like, sky's the limit, and how freaking amazing is that? So I'm lucky in that I have the opportunity to do this, but so do you. So do you. There is no reason why you can't do what I do. There is no reason why, especially in this day and age, where if you want to do something, you can Google how. You can go to YouTube and that little search tab there, like Google and YouTube literally are your best friends, and they will steer you, usually, as long as you don't go down that rabbit hole, they will steer you in the right direction. But you have to be proactive. You have to stay self-disciplined enough to find the information, be resourceful, and implement the things that people are telling you to do. Because if you want to do something and somebody else has done it, they are proof that it can be done. So yeah, that's what I do for a living. I love it. I try to motivate and uplift my clients and my coaches on my team. This is what fires me up. What doesn't fire me up is, can I have medical records so that I can bill this to the insurance company? And oh, we need to get approval. Oh, they won't approve it because that doesn't give me life. That doesn't give me life. So when somebody asks me about medical billing and how I got started, I'm like, wah. But then when somebody comes to me and says, I want to be a coach, how do I coach? I'm like, yes, I have a step-by-step guide and process to onboard you and get you started with me right now. Like, that just lights me up, and it makes me so happy and so excited. And, you know, for a long time, I watched my husband, who gets super excited about coins. It is not my passion. It is not something that I love, but I support him. So I get very excited when he gets very excited. And over these last couple of years, he and I think you can count on one hand how many days we've missed, but we have gone live over on his YouTube channel on Wednesdays and Friday nights. And it is 4 to 5 hours that we spend side by side together, and seeing his happiness when he finds a really cool coin, or he comes down throughout the day and I'm in here doing whatever, and he's like, look at what I found. And just that boyish excitement was like, I want that. Like, that's what I want all the time. And don't get me wrong, he has put in many hours of building his community. So don't get it twisted. It didn't just fall into our laps. He very much grew his business, but the joy was something that really, for me, was such a huge kind of like, I want that too. And then when I started to notice where I was getting those feelings, right? When you get that excitement and when I stopped to think about what is it that makes me so happy, and it was helping other women and some men, some dudes, helping them get healthy and feel more confident and losing weight and getting happier in that process, and helping women build businesses that are able to help support their families and help them get to stay home with their kids and raise their children while getting healthy. I mean, it's just, if you think about how simple it is, and I will tell you, because one of the biggest things is, well, I'm not healthy yet. Well, let me just say that when you're starting your health and fitness journey with us, that is the best time to also try to build a business, because what we do as coaches is we share what we're doing and we invite people to do it with us. That's it. That's all we do. We are basically people's biggest cheerleaders, and there is no better accountability than having a client watching you, because you got to show up every single day for sure. So it's a win-win. And like I said, new chapter, we're headed into this new path. Hopefully, fingers crossed, over these next few months, things will get situated and we'll be able to travel again, because I'm hoping that we'll be able to buy land at some point so that Rob can do farming type things and I can have a kitchen garden. That's my goal. I want to be able to walk out my kitchen door and pull some basil very easily and quickly. I want land for Kai to run around. But my biggest thing is I want us to have land so that we can have family closer. And that's a whole other conversation. That is a whole other goal setting type situation, all the vision work, but it's all there. And we are headed in the right direction. And I'm so excited, and I couldn't be happier with the way that life has kind of panned out for us. And we've been very lucky, and we have been at the right place at the right time, but we have also worked really hard to get to where we're at, and deservedly so, because we have sacrificed a lot over the years and we've missed things, and it's been late nights and early mornings, and it is what it is, but it is 100% worth it, because if you are able to live a life that you have envisioned, where you get to start knocking goals off your list. And last year for me was a huge one. And it was to be able to close my medical billing company doors and not have that financially impact us. And, those are all things that we definitely were able to do. And thank you to the support of everybody around me, especially my husband, who supported me every step of the way and has for the past 27 years, which is kind of amazing. So we are ready for it. And I'm thinking, as I go with my gut a little bit, we're gonna have more vlog-like styles. I wanna do more cooking. And this channel is just gonna evolve into whatever it's going to be. But I'm very excited to share and bring you guys along too. And not just over my Instagram, but really to bring it over into more of a video style, because I am a true believer in, if you are an entrepreneur or a social media influencer, whatever you want to call it, you have to go where you enjoy being and hanging out. And over this last year, I have absolutely loved hanging out here on YouTube and getting to know this community and getting to know other people within the community who have the same type of hobbies and likes that I have. Like, that is just something for me that has brought me a lot of happiness in my life, which is why I thought I'm gonna resurrect the YouTube channel And then I ended up finding a lot of joy in the filming and the editing and the sharing. So this is definitely going to be something that we are going to focus more on, and really just cultivate it and see where it goes. Follow your gut, and my gut is telling me keep following your gut and just do what feels natural and do what feels right. So that is where we are at. I am very, very excited about this next chapter. You know, the update on life is really, really great for us. The future looks super, super bright. Sky's the limit with all the things. Robbie and Kaylee are doing really, really well. And I am really hoping that as you'll see, as things kind of unfold over these next several months, that we'll be able to bring you along with us. You know, we've got lots of house stuff that we're kind of renovating, and not renovating, maybe redecorating is more the word, but I get to like kind of chunk up this office, which is my next big project, because I don't need a lot of the printers that I have, a lot of the paperwork and storage. I don't need any of that anymore. Makes me so happy. So, all right, if you've lasted this long, you're amazing. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have not subscribed, I would love it if you did, and hit that little bell notification, because I am going to keep y'all posted on what is happening here over at the Langhoff household, and we will see you guys in the next video.